Detective Rafael Vargas was known for solving complex cases with an uncanny ability to piece together clues that no one else could. But that morning, when an anonymous letter was left on his desk, he felt a chill down his spine, something unusual for him. The letter contained a simple but disturbing message. A crime will be committed in 48 hours. The victim is still alive. The perpetrator has yet to act. Find them before it's too late. Rafael immediately realized that this was no ordinary case. There were no bodies, no crime scenes, just a premonition asking him to prevent the inevitable. He knew that every minute counted, so he began investigating urgently. His first lead took him to Clara Martins, a young lawyer who had recently exposed a corruption scheme involving a powerful businessman, Ricardo Menezes. Clara had received threats since the revelation, but she never took them seriously, believing that Ricardo wouldn't act against her. Rafael got straight to the point when he met her at her office. "Clara, my name is Rafael Vargas. I'm a detective, and I believe your life is in danger. I've received information that a crime will be committed soon, and you might be the victim." Clara stared at him with wide eyes. "But who would do such a thing? And why?" Rafael took a deep breath before replying. "Ricardo Menezes is the prime suspect. Has anyone followed you recently?" Clara hesitated, recalling some strange incidents, but decided not to hide anything. "Yes, a few times I noticed someone following me, but I thought it was just paranoia. Now it makes sense. Do you really think he would do this?" "I believe he's capable of anything to protect his empire," Rafael answered. "And we need to act fast." From there, Rafael and Clara began an intense investigation to uncover Ricardo's plan. At the same time, Rafael began noticing that his sources were overly cooperative, which made him suspect that something bigger was at play. One of his informants, Pedro, an old colleague from the police force, revealed that Ricardo had been in contact with a notorious hitman. But when Rafael tracked down the supposed hitman, he discovered that the man had been dead for days, his body left as a clear message that someone was manipulating everyone. While sifting through Ricardo's financial records, Clara found a suspicious transfer to an offshore account. This could be the payment for someone. "If we follow the money, we might find the hitman before he acts," she said, hopeful. Rafael agreed, but something was bothering him. Why leave so many clues? It's as if he wants us to catch him. Clara was thoughtful. Or someone wants you to think it's him. What if we're being manipulated from the beginning? At that moment, Rafael's phone rang. It was an unknown number. "Detective Vargas. I know you're after Ricardo, but there's something you don't know. The real culprit is someone much closer." Rafael felt a chill. "Who are you? And what do you mean by that?" "That's something you'll have to figure out on your own. But be careful who you trust." After the call, Rafael began to distrust everyone around him. With every clue they followed, more evidence emerged, but all seemed to point to a larger trap. They were being guided by someone with a complex plan, someone who was always one step ahead. Finally, Rafael decided to confront Ricardo in person. "Ricardo, I know what you're planning. You have 24 hours to turn yourself in, or I'll come after you with everything I have." Ricardo laughed mockingly. "Detective, do you really think I'm that obvious? If I wanted Clara dead, I would have done it already. But I'm not the only one with a score to settle. Maybe you should look closer to home." Ricardo's words echoed in Rafael's mind. As he left the building, he received another message on his phone, this time a photo of Clara with a gun pointed at her head. The caption read, "Time to make your choice, detective." Desperate, Rafael rushed to the address in the message. When he arrived, he found Clara tied to a chair, and next to her, his old police partner, Diego, whom he never imagined was the real villain. "Diego, what are you doing?" asked Rafael, incredulous. Diego smiled, but it was a dark smile, full of bitterness. "You were always the hero, weren't you, Rafael? Always the perfect detective, solving cases and getting all the recognition. But no one sees what you leave behind. No one sees the mistakes you make." "I don't know what you're talking about," Rafael said, trying to understand. You don't remember, do you? The case from 3 years ago. You forced me to testify against that drug lord. My life became hell after that. My family was threatened. I lost everything because of you, Diego growled as he pointed the gun at Clara. Diego, this isn't going to fix anything. Let Clara go, and we can talk about this, Raphael tried to negotiate. Diego shook his head. It's too late. I planned all of this so you'd feel what it's like to lose someone you love. And Clara, well, she's just a piece in my game. Clara, trembling with fear, tried to appeal to Diego's humanity. Diego, please, I have nothing to do with this. Let me go. Diego ignored her plea. You were in the wrong place, at the wrong time. I'm sorry, but you'll have to pay the price. Raphael knew he didn't have much time. He needed to find a way to save Clara and stop Diego. You can still stop this, Diego. There's no need for more blood. Diego hesitated, but the hatred in his eyes didn't diminish. You never understood, Raphael. For you, this is just another case. For me, it's my life. With a quick movement, Diego pulled the trigger, but Raphael was already prepared. He lunged towards Clara, pushing her out of the way, while the shot ricocheted off the wall. In the chaos, Raphael managed to disarm Diego and pin him to the ground. As they waited for the police, Clara, still in shock, looked at Raphael. You risked your life for me. I don't know how to thank you. Raphael took a deep breath, still processing everything. It was all a trap from the beginning. But now it's over. However, as Diego was being led away, he issued one final threat. This isn't over, Raphael. There are more secrets buried than you can imagine. One day, they'll destroy you. Raphael watched as Diego was taken away, his words echoing in his mind. Was he really right? Were there more things he didn't know? The victory that day was bittersweet, and Raphael knew that the scars from this case would follow him for a long time. The case was closed, but the feeling that something was still coming never left him. The truth he discovered changed his life forever, and fate proved to be an unpredictable enemy, full of twists that he could never have anticipated.